As rightly said by Oliver Wendell Holmes, a mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions. View life as a continuous learning experience. Nothing ever becomes real until it is experienced. Good evening, everyone. I, Ishita Siklani, and
And I, Ayush Verma, will be your host for today's session. OJAS is an electrical engineering department team that attempts to create a deeper understanding and knowledge outside of the classroom by focusing on real world applications. Its goal has always been to bring together efforts to extend a student's horizons. Every successful organization's occult is its intuitive leaders and enlightened visions and its members' persistent labor.
the purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. To share his experiences, we have today with us NITH Illuminus 2018 batch, Mr. Chirag Goyal sir, who is currently serving as Assistant Executive Engineer in Military Engineer Services. He also secured All India Rank 42 in EAC 2019 and All India Rank 1 in SJV in 2019. Now, I would cordially invite Mr. Chirag Goyal sir to give us an insight into his college life.
And don't forget to drop your queries and doubts in the chat box. Sir.
Thank you, Ishita and Ayush, for the great introduction. And okay, so let's begin with as you said, my college journey. So in this lecture, I have not picked up any particular topic. I will not be talking about any particular technology or anything. We'll be going through a holistic overview of the college life and what are the lessons I have learned and we'll be interacting with each other. So I would like everyone to drop their comments whenever I ask some questions or whenever you want to ask any question. So I would like it that way. Okay. So let's start with the college life. So okay, so I can interact with only you two only, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So okay, so starting with the job prospects, like the career aspirations you guys will must be having कि अभी तो इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग ले लिया है बट जिंदगी में करना क्या है you guys want to do coding, you want to do go for the core or MBA, government job, anything. ठीक है, so there might be many many perceptions you guys will be having and some might be in the dilemma like आज आज लग रहा है कि कोर में चले जाते हैं, फिर देखा कि दोस्त कोडिंग कर रहा है, नहीं कोडिंग कर लेते हैं. So the aim is you should know the life after achieving what you want. If you want to work in core, like you are you are studying electrical engineering and many of you might have been in getting a feeling like if we go for a different field, our 4 years will be wasted. Okay, so first of all, you need to understand that what is core electrical engineering. See, working for a company like a Tata Power, L&T, where you guys are just doing the maintenance and nothing else. It's not a job for the engineers basically. Okay, the job of engineers is to invent, is to analyze the current procedures and come up with the more efficient procedures basically. So if you want to go for a core elect core job, so you guys must be focusing on the emerging technologies that are being introduced in the world right now. Everyone knows AI is the future, Internet of Things is the future, 3D printing is the future, blockchain is the future. So if you want to make a career in the core field, you must go for the emerging technologies. And by going for the emerging technologies, I just don't mean that you guys just wait for the companies to come up and hire you. I mean to say that you guys should start taking the professional training. Professional training, internet has made it really, really simple. You guys can opt for any course online and you can do it in 3 months. In 3 months, any course you can complete on Coursera, Upgrade, and there are numerous websites where you can pay a minimal fee, and from the comfort of your homes, you can do anything and everything. And for everyone's knowledge, I'm not sponsoring anyone. Like, it's not a sponsored content, just an example. Okay, just a rough example. So you guys are in first year. I hope second, third, final year, every year is watching. So this
Yes, sir.
information may
Yes.
not be very useful for the final year, but second year and first year, you guys have got 2 or 3 summer breaks. That time people, what people do, आप लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोगों ने भी वही किया था, सब लोग वही करते हैं, आईओसीएल में इंटर्न कर लेंगे, किसी पीएसयू में इंटर्न कर लेंगे, 2 महीना है, 4 दिन जाना है. तो उस समर ब्रेक्स को you can utilize with a professional training in a particular field that you want to do. If you want to do coding, start right now. If you want to go for electric vehicles, take a professional training. If you want to go for IoT, if you want to make a career out of internet of things, pursue professional training. Pursue a course, start with the basics and then build up over that. Because for internet of things, I tell you, more than 80% of the companies are upgrading their systems to IoT. Everyone believes IoT can cut cost, IoT can improve their procedures. Okay, so IoT. Okay, let's talk a bit about IoT. Okay, then um, uh, so Ayush, if I ask a question, people will be typing in the YouTube
Yes, sir.
for the answers. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so the question is, how do you differentiate okay, how do you differentiate the current IoT, current smart systems like a smart home where lights are turning on when you are entering, when you are going out it's turned off, and how you differentiate it from a IoT, the thing people do like on a Arduino, on a microcontroller, how it is different from Internet of Things? What change do you think Internet of Things can bring to these?
Yes, sir. See, you can carry on. When answer will come, I will tell you, sir.
Okay, I give me 10 seconds.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so the difference between the IoT processes will get online. IoT has modified it to the next level. Okay, okay, yeah, computerized work. Okay, Alexa, Google Home, good examples. Okay, okay, yeah. The correct is introduction of internet with the technology that is existing. You can see, you can control your home from a point anywhere in the world. You can see the status of your home. See, for example, you are going out on a holiday, you have a smart home, your lock is smart, so you can check the status at any point of the time online. It's just a basic example. If there is a breach, something happens, it will immediately alert the local police department, and the issue can be taken care of without zero intervention of yours. You are safe, you are 100% safe. Another example is you are out and your home is on fire. There are fire sensors, they will immediately uh, what should I say, they will immediately inform doctors, fire department, and all the concerned authorities that there is a fire in the area. So that is taken care of. Like that, anything, any issue, can be taken care of. Another thing is lights. You can turn on, turn off the lights from anywhere. You can see if you left your AC on or any other equipment turned on, you can turn it off from your mobile. Just a single click. That's a basic example. Apart from that, IoT is doing wonders in the industry. You can see the vision of the vehicles. The vision for the vehicles is connecting each and every vehicle to the IoT so that vehicles can communicate with them within themselves. Like you are going on a road, your car is talking to another cars that are nearby. What How this will be helpful? This will be helpful in reducing the traffic, preventing the accidents, and many more issues can be tackled. So if you want to make a career out of IoT, it's really going to be a big field. Okay. It's not yet much introduced in India because of the lack of 5G. The data storage and the speed required for the IoT, the bandwidth requirement is very huge. And until and unless we introduce 5G in India, it's not possible. But you can see the plans of the government. We will be seeing 5G very soon in India. Okay. Now, but the challenges, there are many challenges being faced by IoT, because if you are connecting each and every device to the internet, your every data is available on the internet. The biggest risk is the data privacy and the cyber attacks. If a cyber attack can happen, any system can be compromised. So until and unless we go to the next level in cyber security, that imposes a big issue for the confidential data. Okay. Another problem faced by IoT is big data analysis, because the data that IoT collects, that is being stored in the servers, and we need much more storage than what we are having today to store that data. The purpose of storing data is to analyze that data, and then using big data tools. um, Big data refers to the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning tools, so that data can be analyzed, a pattern can be identified from those data, from that data, and future attacks or future failures of the system, future faults, they can be rectified. If I speak from the point of an electrical engineer, you guys must be knowing our government's aim is to make all the major cities as smart cities. So that can only be possible with the introduction of IoT. They are already doing in US, Europe. They have made many of the cities smart cities, but still there is a long way to go. And for us, there is a very long way to go. There are numerous problems in India. You can see the population, the corruption, and many other problems are there. And the biggest roadblock that I feel is digital illiteracy. Nobody in the villages, nobody is digitally literate. They can't even operate a mobile phone, simple mobile phone. So how do you expect them to work with IoT? That's a major problem, but still we have a aim to make the major cities as smart cities. We'll see how far we can go, but certainly we are doing it in private sectors, and it is going to boom. So if you want to make a career out of IoT, you are going to go a long way, a very long way. Another technology that I can talk about is artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. For artificial intelligence and blockchain technology, the first thing an electrical engineer should understand is you should know coding. If an electrical engineer, if you guys feel we are from core, we don't want coding, we don't need to learn coding, then it's a very wrong perception that what we had in our college times. If you want to survive in the outside world, you have to know coding. If you want to go a long way, you have to know coding. Except if you are planning for MBA or a government job, then you don't need it, maybe sometimes, but you can survive without that. But in private organizations, you are going to have a very hard time if you don't know coding. Okay. So starting with, if you want to go for artificial intelligence, blockchain, or any other such kind of technology, or even for IoT, you will be requiring coding. So best advice for first year is start today, irrespective of your career choices. Start today, invest at least a year in learning coding. In completely invest your summer breaks. The best you can do in your summer breaks is to learn coding. Ayush, are they teaching it in first year?
Yes, sir.
C programming, they're teaching you?
Yes, C language. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Then you should make a maximum of it, because in our times they have removed it from the curriculum, and we guys had a very hard time in learning. Those who knew beforehand, it was okay for them, but for others it was a really hard time. But you guys should not let this opportunity go. Start building on that, although that is a very basic one, but you guys can do much better, much more in that. But you guys need to start taking it seriously. Don't see it as a subject, see it as your career. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another field that you can opt in core is EVs. Currently the status of EVs is not very, what should I say, not very high, because the cars that we are producing, the EVs, they are actually at 20 or 30% costly from their diesel variants. Apart from that, the lack of charging stations, we are having very few charging stations, and that too in only major cities. And the another limiting thing is the long drives you are going for. But certainly EVs are going to arrive in India. They are already rolled out. Tata has rolled out many cars. MG has rolled out. So they are going to roll out many of the cars in the future. But currently, a lot of research is going on. So if you want to work on EVs, now is the time to start. Okay, you can do. But all I'm talking about, you should choose your career. You should choose your path, where you want to go, what do you want to do. Until and unless you choose it, you can't focus. Okay. Blockchain, actually, we'll see at the last. Actually, blockchain is not my specialization. So we'll discuss in the end, if we get the time. Okay. Next is next comes up is the government jobs. So there was some message popped up. Okay,
Sir.
sir, please tell what should be our routine for while preparing competitive exams. Okay, noted. I'll come to that. Okay. Uh, can someone from third year or final year let me know, like, approximately how many of you guys are preparing for the government jobs or the competitive exams like GATE, civil services, engineering services, maybe bank PO someone is preparing for? Rough idea. I don't want a exact estimate. 10%, 5%, maybe 50%. How many? Okay. If there is an answer, let me know. And also, how many? Okay, many are there. Okay. So I take it as a good percentage. And how many are placed final year? Okay. I hope more than 50% are placed by now. 60% are placed. Okay, that's a good number. Okay, by the end, maybe 10% more will be placed. Okay, so coming to the government exams, those of you who are preparing, you guys must know that what are you preparing for? How is your life going to be after clearing that exams? What are the future prospects? Okay, if you guys are preparing for GATE, so you must know the life, the way of working, what is happening in the PSUs. Okay, And if you are applying for, or you are preparing for engineering services exam or civil services exam, you should be equally aware about that. So starting with the gate, if you guys are preparing for the gate, there can be two options: either you are going for mtech or you are going for the psus. So I'll take psus first, then we'll take mtech. Okay, so first of all, first of all, the life after you clear a exam, or let's say you have cleared the interview and you have joined a psu. So the biggest benefit of a government job is nobody can take it from you. It's all yours. But seeing the current plans of the government, the disinvestment is going on, and in next 10 15 years, many of the psus we can see they may be privatized. Like the government has started they have started giving airports on lease. They have started privatizing the stations of the railways. bpcl is going to be privatized. They've sold stakes in sale ntpc. So they are going it they are doing it. But still, the thing is, if you are going for a psu, you should know that the promotions, the career growth is fixed. No one can take it from you. If you don't want to work, a government organization is best for you. This was the old saying. Now you can't do that. Now you have to work as much as a private employee is doing. And it is a thankless job. You guys are not going to be rewarded for your work. You you are doing work, your counterpart is not doing the work, but you guys will be getting the same promotions. You can't grow after a point of time in government organization. That is a drawback. But certainly there are numerous amounts of benefits. You will get numerous amounts of allowances, numerous you will get some power that is not there in the private sector. If you want power, you can certainly go for that. Okay. And if you want to go for mtech, just be clear about in which field you want to do the masters. Don't do it in power systems or like those subjects. Do it in the emerging fields where research is going on. Go for power electronics maybe, or you can go for communication, vlsi. And someone who is doing coding and wants to switch the field, they can opt for those branches also. Circuit Many of the IITs are offering computer branches for the circuital branches. Like you're from electrical, but you can join the computer science program in masters. Many of the IITs they are offering. Okay, so someone asked me about the routine, or how they should prepare. So the basic thing is, in college we also did this. I am 90% sure or 99% sure you guys are doing like this only. You guys get a hell lot of free time, but we don't do anything. We just stay in our rooms. We just go out for a walk, or maybe watch a movie, play some games, talk to the friends, awake till late night doing nothing. So the basic thing is, you should I won't say you should make a timetable, but I should say you should prioritize your tasks. You should note down your tasks. You should note down your timetable, how much free time you are getting and how much of it you are utilizing. So the aim is to utilize the maximum time and start slowly. Don't put aims like you are not studying now, next day you are like, no, I'll study for 8 hours continuously. One day or 2 day you can go on, but after that you are going to stop. So start in steps. You can say, if your sitting power is for 2 hours, start with 2 hours and improve daily. Start with 2 hours, 2 hours, go for a week, then go for 3 hours, 4 hours, and you once you get the pace, you will eventually get the feeling that how you should do it. Okay. Another thing that you should do is, whatever exam you're preparing for, just take a test series, or maybe two if you are able to do it. Take test series and give tests. Don't care about the results of the test series. Just see how what are the mistakes that you are doing and how you can improve upon them. Just check your timing, check what are the general mistakes you are making, where are your silly mistakes, which concepts you are lacking in, and prepare on those, improve on those. In the preparation, test series can help you the most. There is nothing like test series that can help you in solving or I can say improving in your mistakes, in removing your mistakes, because the mistakes you are doing while giving test series, the same thing is bound to happen in the final exam. I have experienced it, I have seen it with many of my friends. The mistakes they have done in the test series, they do it in the exam. So the aim is to reduce as much as you can, then only you can perform. You see, abhi to, okay, maybe some of the final years, what are working in a private organization? Okay, pros of working in a private organization. Okay, the best of working in a private organization, rewarded for your performance. You grow in a private organization. It's not like a government organization. If I have joined and a person joins a year later, he will stay junior to me throughout my life. You in a private organization, you excel as per your talent, as per your hard work. You get recognition in the organization, and the biggest thing, another big benefit is you can switch if you are not if you are not liking that in a working in a particular organization, if you think you are not being compensated enough for your talent, you can always go for the better one. Your internet is a bit slow. Okay, so does that answer it? What some more insight was that? Okay, I think it's okay. And the another one more benefit is private organizations. They give you a room for doing experiments. They have a room for the failures. They give you chances to develop something, to showcase your talent, and they are, what should I say, if you go for a big private organization, they take care of their employees like anything. If you deliver in your work, they will take care of anything and everything. And with this work from home culture, you must have seen people have doing work from Manali. They've gone to the hill stations, they have been staying there for like a month or two and working from there. So that's also a good experience. But career wise, I should say you can reach a greater heights as if you have a talent. You should work if you are working in a private organization. But another, then there are some drawbacks as well. Working in a private organization, you don't have a job security. During COVID times, you must have seen many people have lost their jobs. So if you are working in a private organization, you have to be the best version of yourselves. You have to perform, you have to give your 100%, you can't lag behind. So that's one thing with the private organizations. And okay, so where were we? Okay, so masters, I was talking about masters, I think. Okay, huh.
Yes.
So this is for the final year. Now, sir, how can we apply for internships? And I was coming to that. Okay, this is Ayush. You must be from third year or second year. Ayush Thakur. Internships, I think um, um, in our time there were very few companies who were taking interns along with the final year placements. But when we were about to graduate or after my graduation, I've seen few more companies coming in that are they are taking interns along with the final year placements. So you can always try with them. Apart from that, make a very good LinkedIn profile. Be very proficient with your language. Be very particular what you are writing on your LinkedIn profile. make a very good CV. Like I said, develop a skill. If you are developing a skill in a field that you want to do intern, or let's say you have to made a career, if you have done some training or you have done something in that particular field, then you stand out among the crowd, and there is a very good chance that you are going to get an internship. Internship, I'm talking about the internship in the private companies or maybe in the government departments, but where you are actually going to learn something. There will be some procedures you have to go through. The problem with our college is that we get a summer break of only 2 months. Most of the organizations, they are taking interns, serious interns, they'll be taking them for 6 years or 6 months or so. So most of the time mtechs get those kind of interns, but you can always try. Maybe not 2 months. If you are getting 3 months, you can always talk to the college administration and deal with that kind of situation. But yes, you can. The best thing you can do is go for LinkedIn. Just visit the profiles of the talent acquisition HRs. Follow your seniors. Talk to them. It's like how much you can socialize. Just go out and ask teachers. Jarial sir, he has been very helping in our times in getting people internships. So you can contact any teacher of our department. If they have contact, they'll try to help you. Although you may not get always the positive result, but you can always try. So exploit each and every option that is available to you. Be it your friends, seniors, relatives, teachers. That's it. And the internet is the biggest source. Apply through various websites, naukri.com, LinkedIn, and it's like internships are not being displayed on that level like job vacancies are. So you have to do a bit of research, bit of hard work to get those. But yeah, you can always get that. um can anyone from third year tell me that is anyone going for the MyTex or foreign internship? Has anyone got till now? DARD or in MyTex maybe? Okay, I take that as a no. If there is anyone, please let me know. Okay. So those are the options, but those have gone for the third year, I believe. But second year and first year, you can always start preparing right now. Those are really good internship opportunities. You don't spend a single penny. You get some money. Even you save also. If you want to go for the internship in Canada, US, Germany, you can always try for that. I also tried it for it, but I didn't get it actually. Nobody from our batch got it. So it's a very rare chance for the electrical engineering students to get those internships, because most of the research that are going on are in the fields of electronics or computer science, and until and unless we develop those kind of skills, we will lack. In our times there is no one to tell us what to do, what not to do. But now I'm telling you guys, gear up, start preparing from your first year. I'm not saying that don't enjoy college life or don't do that. Do everything, go out, play games, pick up a sport, or join societies, work as much as you can. But start focusing on your career. Start focusing today, because if you start today, first year, second year, you guys have an excellent chance. Even third year has an excellent chance. Until they graduate, they will be having a good knowledge base, on the basis of which they can always apply. If believe me, if you go out and try to find a job in core electrical engineering, you'll find people are offering 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs of jobs for a engineering graduate. So what the people will do, those are the jobs for the diploma holders, ITI people, not for the graduates like you guys. So just develop a skill set, create your own market value. You just need to have the talent. Companies will hire you undoubtedly. Okay. And I think that I have seen electrical engineering students have been doing great in their lives, but my batchmates are doing great, my seniors are doing great, juniors are also doing great. But the problem is, after the college, they have to struggle for a few years to get settled. Why? Because they have wasted the time. They have not utilized the time they've got in the college. So the thing that you guys can do is utilize your time in the college so that you don't regret it after the college. For me, I'll share my story. I'm no different from you guys. Since the first year, like you guys have been doing, I believe study one night before the exams, copy the assignments, bunk classes, proxy and all. We all have done that. We all have been there. There are no issues in that. You can do each and everything that you want. But one thing that is always be in their mind is focus on your career. Have a defined goal. Don't make a goal like I want to work in coding, I want to work in core. Make a definite goal. I want to work in this field. I want to develop my expertise in this field. Even if you are going to for coding or data analytics, you must be sure which language you are going to learn, on which platform you are going to work, because every day there is a new technology. And you see, even my friends, many of my friends, they are working, and while working they have to learn new technologies, because you can't learn everything, but you need to have a strong base. Okay. So any questions till now, please, if there are any questions?
No, sir. So there is a question.
Yeah. Right. Okay. How does co-curricular activities in college help in our professional career? Okay.
Yes.
So see, till now I have talked about only the technical skills, but they are not the only skill set that you need to develop in your life or professional career. The things that co-curricular activities teach you are the communication skills and the leadership skills. Uh, most of you, I believe, most of you, not most of you, so say, let's say 50% of you might be having a stage fear. You, most of you, or whatever I say. Okay. So people afraid even going to speak in front of the class, let alone on the auditorium or in front of the whole college. Okay. So the thing is, being in the societies, being active in the curricular co-curricular activities, you develop confidence. Most Many of you have been working with dramatics. You guys must see their confidence, the confidence they possess in your, not only on the stage, in their daily lives. Those guys, although I didn't admire them much, but the skills, the skill set that they have, that is amazing. You guys must see the placement of the dramatics people. Not everyone, but most of them have been getting great placements, even if they don't have the required skill set. Why it is happening, how it is happening? They have that kind of confidence, they have that kind of communication skills. So it's not like you need to join dramatics, but you can start practicing in front of the mirror in your room alone. Start with that. Start communication, start building up your communication skills. It's not like you have to join a society or you have to go for extracurricular activities. But then you guys know, I also know, you guys won't be doing it at your rooms. Guys won't be doing it anywhere else. So these societies, they give you a platform to showcase your skills. Also, you grow as a person. Another thing that you develop is, not maybe not in first year, second year, but from third year onwards, you start developing Leadership skills. You guys, oh, Ayush got disconnected, I think. It's okay. Let's continue. Yeah, leadership skills. So in third year and final year, you guys will be handling a team of 30 or 40 people, and it's never easy to manage that much of a group when you don't have authority. You can't cut their salary actually. In organizations, you can cut their salary, you can demote them, but here you can't do anything. So it's really hard to manage. So it depends on you, how you are leading your team, how you are considering the ideas of your team, how is the teamwork, how cohesive is your team, how you build up that team, because it starts building up in the first year itself. So how is your relation with your batchmates or with your teammates? Because I've seen in majority of the societies, not only in OJS, I have been there. I have been working as a CC of OJS during Nimbus 2017. I have worked. So I've seen in most of the teams, only the core coordinators from third year, they will be working. Rest of the people will be doing some side work, but they won't take much of the interest. They feel like they have become the core coordinator, and why should we work? So it's the failure on the part of a leader. You must have seen there are some teams, maybe not this year, maybe in the last year. So there have been few teams where the whole third year is working day and night, and every time a team does that, they get the best performance, because it's only the third year that can guide you. In a society, what happens, third year is for the guidance, second year is working, and first year is always learning or doing some side works. So that's how it goes. Apart from this, I think this is pretty much you can achieve from being in a society, doing co-curricular activities. Also, sometimes there are some issues, sometimes your time is also got wasted. So but you can always manage on that if you want. If you don't want to attend a party, if you don't want to go on a trip with the society, so refrain from that, but be always available for the work. But again, I must suggest you can go on these parties or trips also, because they are the only memorable experience. You won't be remembering anything else. You won't be remembering the classes. You will be remembering all those trips or the special moments of the college. So they are very important. Ask us, we really miss our college life like anything. Now we are all settled, we are all at different places, but believe me, in college you may not be having much of money, but you are having your friends, you can enjoy. Ask us, we, even after being settled, we are unable to enjoy even as much as we were able to do it in our college life. So be on that. And oh, sorry, what was our question? uh, how co-curricular activities can help you? Okay, that's all for this. Now, another thing that I would like to add on this is pick up a sport. Play games, go on the ground. Even if you don't know anything, try to learn. Start with running, because being physically fit and picking up on a sport is really important. It gives you physical fitness as well as confidence. You learn many sports, teaches you many things. And I picked up badminton in the final year, and I really regret that. Why didn't I go for it earlier? Okay, so pick up a sport. They'll really help you grow as a person. It will teach you numerous amount of things. It will teach you teamwork, it will teach you leadership, it will teach you communication. Anything you say, sports is there. So make sports an integral part of life. Okay, any questions on this?
No, sir. So it's a very good explanation by you, sir. So you have any presentation to present?
No, actually, I don't have any presentation. Do you guys need a presentation?
No, no, sir. It's okay, sir. So there's a question.
The company is necessarily focus on their core or can. Okay, right. Aman. Okay, Aman. The thing is, you have to complete your graduation. So it is mandatory to focus on core. May not be to that extent. You just, if you want to build a career out of software companies, you can just stick to your core concepts. You can stick to your subjects, but you need to study them. You need to learn them because you ultimately you have to pass the examination. Many of the companies, they may be setting the bars like 7, 7.5 or 8 CGPA you want, you need to have to sit for the interviews or the placements. So that is required. You may not be learning it on the level like those who wants to clear gate or engineering services. So you don't need to learn on that level, but certainly you need to focus on your core first. And yeah, because everyone is studying in the those last days of the exam. Let's say if you take a margin, maybe a month before the exams, but yeah, remaining time you can do much more in the coding. And but you need to be serious about the coding. It's not like it's like you have lost the track of your core subjects also, and you are not working on your coding. But because in college life, seeing like our friends, no one is doing anything, so you also get in that mode like it's okay if our friends are not doing, we'll do it later or some other time. We start to procrastinate because there is a lack of culture, that I must say, in our college or electrical engineering. I don't know the current scenario, but in our times there was certainly a lack of culture. Culture needs to be developed, because after coming out, I have been meeting many of the people from different colleges, different fields. The thing I know is, no matter how much fun they are doing or whatever they are doing, they were very clear in their aim from their college life. They have been studying for that, they have been working hard for that, and this is what made them the early achiever in their life. So keep on doing that. Yeah, man. Any more?
Yes, sir. So now let's take some questions, sir. We have some questions. So,
Till now, if there is any question.
Uh,
yes.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
Priyanshu is there.
I have a question,
Good
sir.
evening, Priyanshu.
During your college days, sir, how hard was it to manage time between your studies and different clubs and activities?
Okay. So if you are studying just for the exams and all, it's never hard for you to manage. You can always manage for that. Okay. So extracurricular activities and exams can always be managed. There is nothing in the college. There is no exam that you can't pass with studying for just a few days. If you are studying just a night before, then it's a different story. Okay. For the remaining of the time, what you can do, or what most of the people suggest, is whatever is being taught in the class, just after coming to your room, just go through that. No matter how hard you try, it was never possible with me. I was never able to do that. Some of you may be able to do that. If you are able to do that, that's the best thing. For the whole day's lecture, you hardly need 30 to 40 minutes. Every subject, if you want to revise, it's very less. I've tried it. Maybe it will take a maximum of an hour. So it's not very hard to take out an hour out of your extracurricular activities or whatever your other commitments are. Okay, so you can always do that. You can choose any time. Okay, so it's not a very what should I say, very hard thing to do. You can always do that. The problem comes in when you are doing, when you are trying to do something extra, you are trying to learn something new. Okay, so you may need to give up on your few commitments. You can always prioritize your task. That's the most important thing. You need to set the priority in your lives. What are the things that you want to do, what is the most important for you. The principle for setting your priority should be the long term gains, not the short term gains. Okay,
Yes.
so set your priorities accordingly. Have a vision. Look for a go for those tasks, those things that will give you benefits in your long term. Okay. Yeah.
And sir, I had another question, sir. For these exams, is the college curriculum enough, or like do we need to study from other sources? And if so, then how much?
Okay. You're asking about the end semester
Sir,
and mid semester
ESC.
exams
No, sir. The competitive exams. Sir, ESC.
or the competitive exams.
Yes.
Competitive exams you're asking about.
Yes. Yes.
No, no, certainly you need to go out and study more. It's at the discretion of the professors. Sometimes they have been skipping on the few topics. It's something similar to what you have done in your 12th standard and IIT JEE. The syllabus is same, but you have to go for other sources. You have to go for the higher level. Okay, so that
Yes.
is always there. If you want to check it out, you are in which year?
Sir, first year.
Priyanshu, you are in which year? Okay, you are
Sir,
in
first
first
year.
year. Okay, so you may not okay. So you may not be able to identify the differences in your curriculum and the competitive exam syllabus. But once you step into the second year and I must say the fourth semester, once you step into your fourth semester, then if you want to prepare for the competitive exams, then start looking for the previous year papers because after second year, most of the syllabus would have been covered for the gate. So you can always start from there. You can start from the previous year questions, check for the levels. Okay, they are basically a higher version of what was earlier, what was taught to you in the class, basically. So you may not be requiring a coaching or anything, but yes, you can go with the previous year questions and test series and all. You can go for with. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else? Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Shruti.
Sir, I have a question. How was your internship experience at the Indian Oil Corporation Limited?
Oh, okay. So um, that's a tricky one, actually. Um, okay, so it's not for just for the IOCL. I'll just brief you about if you are going for any of the PSUs. Okay, so it depends on the people out there under whom you are doing internships. Most of the officers or the you must say the A grade employees, executive employees, they won't take any interest in teaching you. You have to be keen on yourself for learning. You have to go with the junior engineers on the site and learn their working procedures and everything. That is the only way. Okay, so what happened in my case was I was there in Jaipur. So it was a pumping station. So we have been looking with this for the switch yards, motors, control rooms. We have visited each and everything. But like in 10 days, everything was over. We felt like it is a 1.5 or 2 months internship. 2 months internship, but we whatever was there, we got that in the 10 days. So it's like it's like then it becomes a irregular kind of thing. Nobody cares about you because you are not an employee, they are not paying you, and you are basically a headache for them. So they don't, they also don't take interest. So it's up to you how much you want to learn. You can learn there, but the thing is you will be learning the basic power system in most of the PSUs. You will be learning about switch yards, transformers and all, and maybe some motors. And for us, we were able to learn some of the power electronics concepts. There were some drives. You are in which year, Shruti?
First year.
Okay, so you may not be understanding these terms right now. but yeah, in future, uh, you must be understanding. And for you, I think internship is not the immediate focus. You can always come back to that. And what I suggest is don't focus on internship in PSUs and all. Just try to get a scholarship from a private company, or just try to get internship that pays you a stipend. That would be great, because most of the
Okay, sir. Thank
companies
you, sir.
they'll give you a pre-placement offer if they are paying you a stipend. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Also, I have one more question. What were your expectations when you first came to the college, and were they met?
Okay. So I can see that question from the perspective of a first year. Actually, it have been how much to 2022. So it's already been 8 years. So it's a long time, but yeah, actually, when I came to the college, I got civil engineering as my branch, and it got upgraded. So I got the admission in the last round, and I have took in admission in some other college, and my documents were there, so I have to run there, collect my documents, and come back again for the here for the counseling and all the things. So it was so much of rush, and basically I didn't have much of the expectations from the college. I just at that point, the only thing in my mind was to get a hair on somehow on time. It was like that. But you can say if you are asking about the academics, or you are asking about what an engineer is doing and how's the status of an NIT, so I must say it's lacking from IITs and many of the developed IITs. I have been in IIT Delhi for 6 months. I took admission in MTech, but I've left because of the job. But yeah, I've seen the curriculum, I've seen the students there. There's so much of freedom for the students to select the subjects. They can learn whatever they want to learn. They can sit in whichever class they want to sit. They just have to complete the credits from their own branch, and another, what you say, what do you call that, the subjects that you want to study from the other branches. I forgot the name. uh, okay, let's drop it. So it's like that. So I thought of the base my one of my expectations when I came to the college was, I'll take admission in whichever branch I got, I'll work hard for a year, then I'll switch to computer science. That was my basic aim. But when I came to the college, I got to know that 1 year before, that procedure has been stopped. Now your branches cannot be changed. But now nothing can be done, you have to live with it. So that was one of the expectation.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
you want to know something more? Okay, thank you. Kansh. Okay, Rahul.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah, sir, I wanted to ask about peer pressure, sir. Whenever we are working on something different, or even in the first year, if we are working on a skill set and most of the kids are not doing it, so that creates a lot of pressure, like we are being
Yeah.
highlighted in some way. So, how can we tackle that? How can we manage
Uh,
that or get over that?
okay. Okay. So I think you want to ask, like, if you are doing something and then people keep coming to you, like, you are doing this, you are doing that, and that kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like, you are being highlighted, and you yeah.
Yes, sir. Some
Okay,
way.
so you don't need to tackle that you don't need to tackle that basically. You just need to focus on what you are doing rather than what people are saying, because कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. So every time you try to do something different, people try to pull you down. They see you as a, because you are their peer, you are having the same opportunities as they are having. They are having the same timetable, they are following everything, but still you are trying to do something. And you because why are you trying to do that? Because you are coming out of your comfort zone. Other people are not willing to leave their comfort zone, and until and unless people leave their comfort zone, they'll try this, they'll try to do this only. So you just need to have good friends. You should identify who are your real friends are, who are just pretending, and you know that way you can do it. And once it's the thing that bothers you in the starting. Once you get on what you are doing, then everyone accepts you in that manner only. Okay, let's say you are learning something. So in starting people might have been saying like that, but if you don't leave or you don't stop and you keep on learning it, they will accept you from that perspective only. That will become a characteristic of yours or a skill set of yours, whatever you can say. Okay, so you need not to worry. If you are feeling you are doing right, it's okay. So just
Yes, sir.
the that people say ignorance is a bliss. As much as you can ignore, and keep on
Yes, sir.
doing what you're doing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Rahul.
Good evening, sir. Sir, my question is like, when did you decided that you are going for a core? At which year, like, you decided that now it's the time that I am focusing on core?
Can you repeat? Your voice is a bit
Sir,
low.
I'm just saying, when did you decided that I
Hindi,
will be
if
focusing on core?
okay, I'll be focusing on core. Okay, so I must say I'm a government employee by chance. I
I'm audible, sir?
okay, so yes, okay. Uh, so I'll start. Okay, I'll share with you guys my story. What happened with me? Um, when you enter in the final year, there is a lot of pressure, lot of stress. Your friends are being placed. They are getting good packages, and you are not placed. You are being rejected. You are not being able to decide what you want to do, what you not want to do. So I didn't want to go for a core company. I wanted to work for a software company. I tried in many of the companies, but you can bear that peer pressure or stress for a time. After a point of time, I gave up. I sat in which company came first for the core, and I got placed. I was having doubts even after the placement, although I was happy, but I was having the doubts like whether it is the right decision for me or not, because you cannot go for any other company now. That was only your only chance, and now you have got one. And I also didn't have the courage to leave that job at that point of time. So I joined the organization. I worked there for a month, but after working for a month, I realized that this is not the place for me. I can't stay here for long. So I decided to leave. Although it was in the middle of the year, I decided to leave in the starting of August, and exam was going to be there at the first week of Jan. People have been preparing since January and February, and you are just now entering into that field. But somehow I was aiming for the other examinations, because the syllabus of engineering services examination was superset of the syllabus of all other exams. So I decided to go for the engineering services, and but my aim was never to clear the engineering services. But somehow I was unable to clear any of those exams, but I was able to clear engineering services. So that happened with me. So I didn't decide basically in the college time that I want to go for core coding. I was working on my coding skills, and being in OJS provided me a platform also to work on uh, uh, some of the concepts like IoT and microcontrollers. But I should say my aim was not to go exactly for the coding. I wanted to work for the companies that deal with the embedded systems. So that was my aim. But somehow the things turned and circumstances changed. So I shifted here. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Shikhar, you are also from first year?
Yes, sir, he's from first year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, no questions from seniors? Third year? I think third year should be having most of the questions. Is MTech helpful? Okay. That depends what do you want from your life. MTech is certainly helpful. You are going to have a master's degree, you are going to have wider career prospects. But what do you want to do after MTech? You want to work, you want to again prepare for government jobs, you want to do a PhD. What do you want to do? That depends. If you want to do research, then MTech is certainly helpful. And if you want to go for a work in R&D divisions, MTech is helpful. If you want to do a PhD or maybe postdoctoral from foreign countries, even you can go for masters. Even for masters you can go for the foreign universities, Germany, USA. Many people are going, many people have been gone in the past. So certainly MTech is helpful, but that depends what do you want from what do you want to do in your career. Yes.
Yes. Shikhar, you have any questions? Okay.
Okay. Ayush and Ishita, you guys having any
Yes.
questions?
Yes, sir, I have a
Yes, sir.
question. Which college memory do you fondly remember the most?
Oh, that's a hard one. There are many. Actually, there are many memories that will always will be with me. Mostly the trips and the parties that have been with me. But one memory I must share with that is it was during the Nimbus times 2017. So on the first day of Nimbus, uh, I was coordinating as the core coordinator, but people have been running here and there, and I was really frustrated and angry. Like, where are the guys and other people? So then some first year girls came up to me for asking for, sir, can we go for the lunch? Like, it was already 1:30 or 2 p.m. and no, they have not eaten. So I was about to burst out, but I somehow told them to, okay, go, I'll manage. So they noticed the expression on my face, and they asked me, sir, आपने खाना खाया? And that really touched me. Like, I never expected that. I have been calling people uh, for a long time, even during the extensions also. Sleepless nights were going, but nobody came up and asking, how are you doing? That was the first time somebody asked me. I felt I felt relief, or I felt really happy. So that was one memory. And another one is we won the most innovative team in 2017. So that have been a great experience because we have worked really, really hard. We have spent number of sleepless nights coordinating with the team, with the core people. Your CCs must be knowing how hard it is to manage a team. So you guys must coordinate with your coordinate and cooperate with your CCs. I hope they are not too harsh. Are they?
Yes, sir, we will coordinate. No, sir. Sir, I think you have some problem with internet.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir,
it's
now
clear.
you're
Yes.
audible.
Uh,
Yes.
uh, okay. Sorry for the interruption. I think network is a bit weak.
No
Yes.
issues.
Okay. Mhm. So yeah, Ishita, and it's really hard to pick up a single memory among all those amazing days that we had in the college. So it's always uh, like it's always hard, but yeah, most of the trips and the parties we had, Hillfair, Nimbus have always been close to my heart. So yeah, Nimbus memories will always last.
Okay, sir, thank you. Sir, and one more.
Thank you, sir.
What can be the mantra
Yes.
for tackling frustration?
Tackling frustration. Okay. So, what kind of frustration are we talking about? Frustration due to studies, frustration because of friends, or some issues. Like you are talking about,
So
okay, in
general,
general, you
like
are
you
talking
talked
about.
about your when you were CC, you faced a lot of frustration. So how did you tackle that, and how are we supposed to tackle that?
Oh, okay. So, the basic thing is see, frustration can be due to many reasons. So, you just need to focus. See, you just need to focus on your goal. Actually, see, if you see the frustration as a frustration or the reason for the frustration, if you try to see why are you frustrated, then itself half of the problem is solved. If you really try to see why you are frustrated, you get to know that it's not even a problem you should be bothered about. If you see your frustration or the reason of your frustration, will that be bothering you even after a week? Will that be bothering you after a week? No, it won't be there. It will go away. So when it's not bothering you after a week, why is it bothering you now? That's the basic thing. Apart from that, you can adopt some of the practices, like you can always do yoga exercises. Okay. And the best thing that I used to do while being frustrated, stressed, or sad, I go for a running. I go for a run. It makes you forget everything. I just go for a run and run till your last breath, until you can run. If you keep in your mind you have to run, and you will just be keep pushing, and after a rigorous workout, all the sweat, everything will be gone. Okay. Another thing that you can do is take a cold shower of cold water. Take a shower, everything you will forget. It calms your brain. It really calms your brain. Okay. You can do that also. These are the things. And maybe you can start with meditation. If it's not going, meditation is always helpful. But you may be doing, you may not be doing, but you can do yoga. Is really good. And all the pranayams, kapalbhati, anulom vilom, you can do that. They will really help you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, to join this
Okay.
session. Yes.
Okay. So no more questions.
No, sir.
Okay. 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 At the end, I would like to summarize. If you guys want to note down, I'll just what I talked about in the complete whole lecture. See,
Yes.
uh, the whole purpose of delivering this lecture was to make you aware what you guys are doing wrong, or what can go wrong. Because you guys, you are first year, you may not be knowing all those things, you may not be able to relate with all these because you have stepped in the college just now. But your seniors, they must have been relating to this, and you will relate with this within a few months. Okay. So what happens is you just lost the track of your time. You are just engaged in so many things that you lost a track of your main goal. So just one thing is, define your goal. First identify and then define your goal. Keep it pasted on a wall in front of your bed. Every day you get up, you get to see that thing first. That is my goal. See, I'm not talking about the career goal or anything. Goal can be anything. Goal can be you as small as I have to start running 1 kilometer in a stretch. It can be as small as that. It can be as big as after the in this semester I'm going to score a 9 CGPA. Okay, or if you want to go further, if you are able to identify what you want to do in life, what you want to achieve in life, you can focus on that, write on that, start working on that. I want to clear civil services examination, I want to be an IAS officer. Write that and start working for that. If you paste it, if whenever you get up daily and you see that thing written in front of you, your mind subconsciously process that data. Your mind subconsciously process those details. You may not be knowing, but brain registers all these things. Okay, so first of the thing is identify your goal and then define it in a quantify it basically. Don't be like I want to be a coder. No, that's not a goal. Right, I want to be under 100. I want to score a under 100 rank in a competition on hacker rank or coder earth. Don't write a goal like I want to work in a emerging technology. Work, I want write on the name of the technology, when do you want to achieve it and what do you want to achieve. If you want a job, quantify, I want a 10 LPA, I want 15 LPA. Okay, as much you are able to quantify your goals, you will able to define the path towards your goal. Until you have a shaky goals, undefined goals, you won't be able to work for them. You will be procrastinating and at the end nothing comes out. Okay, another thing is prioritize your tasks, prioritize your works. There is something like okay, I think time won't permit, but it's okay. Okay, so prioritize your task and manage your time accordingly. Prioritize, do most important and most urgent task first, and then the tasks that are not urgent but important. Okay, keep a mantra. Third, urgent but not important, and fourth, not urgent and not important, don't do them. Classify your tasks. Once you are able to classify, you are crystal clear what do you want to do. Okay, another thing you can do is, you should do, you must pick up a sport and try to pick up a individual sport rather than a team sport. Cricket, football are okay, you can play, but develop a sport, play a sport that is that you can play alone. Badminton, lawn tennis, squash. Is there a squash court now in the college?
No, sir, I
Ayush?
don't know. No, sir, I don't know right now.
There is a new student activity center in the college, right?
Yes, sir.
So have you visited?
No, sir, I have not visited till now.
Okay. अभी जाना है लेक्चर के
Yes,
बाद, ठीक है? तुम
yes,
भी जाना. Have you visited, Ishita?
No, sir. Our classes are
चलो.
starting from 6, so we'll go after that.
Okay. क्या सीनियर से डर लगता है रैगिंग होगी?
no, no, sir.
Nothing happens. Ragging has stopped right these days, so don't worry about all those things. You should visit. The purpose is you should know the facilities available. You should start with any game, but you should play. It really helps you. Okay,
Yes,
and it's not like you have to keep on studying and studying. Enjoy everything. Participate in everything. try to be a part of Hillfair, try to be a part of Nimbus, always participate in the sports meet. There is a annual sports meet in the college. Always participate in that. Always work for that. Okay. So if you do a all round development, you see you will excel in your professional field automatically if you are a all rounder. So it's like some maybe some are already all rounders because of their education schooling, some may not be, because not everyone has that kind of exposure in the school life. But here you are getting the opportunities. Start now, start today. There is nothing wrong in it. You should do it. Okay. And the last point
Yes,
is whatever, and the last point is whatever you are doing, you should give your 100%. If you are not willing to give your 100%, don't do that, don't do it. If you are
yes,
picking up a career, if you are picking up a sport, if you are picking up on any task. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no issues.
Sorry. Okay. So where I was, yeah, 100%. So just try to give your 100%. If you are not giving your 100%, try to give your 100%. If you are not willing, don't do that task. You will never excel. Okay. Or even if you excel, you will always be unsatisfied. You will never be satisfied that you have done that task properly, because there is always room for the there is always room for the improvement. There is always room for the for doing better. But if you are doing your 100, giving your 100%, let's say you are running and you are giving your 100%, and you come last, you won't be dissatisfied, or because you know you have given your 100% for now. Now you can develop something better. But if you have not given your 100% and you come second, you will be unhappy. You will always be unhappy. You have not given your 100%. You could have
Yes,
come first. That will always linger on your mind. So that should be the mantra for the success. Give your 100%, and that's it. Thank you.
thank
And
you so much,
last
sir,
is
for your valuable time.
if anyone is having any questions, we are open for next like
No,
5 to 10 minutes we can give.
no, sir. So now we have no questions. So thank you so much for
Okay,
your valuable time.
okay. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it has been
Yes.
our great honor to host you all. First of all, I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to Mr. Chirag Goyal for his exemplary presence in this session. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your inspiring words. We got a lot to learn from you. Last but not least, I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our audience, without whom this session would not have been possible. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
One last thing. If you guys are
Yes.
still having any questions or you guys want to discuss anything, I'm dropping my number and email ID. So if you in the chat box, you can take it from there. On YouTube, can people see it? YouTube people can see these this
Yes,
chats,
sir.
Yes, sir.
private chat or comments. Okay,
So put in private chat.
I'll post this in the private chat for the team, and if anyone is willing to, or anyone wish to contact me further, you can contact me there. You can contact these people, and they'll give you the details. Okay, is that okay?
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm dropping my number. I may not be able to take the calls all the time, but just drop me a message. I'll revert back whenever I get the time, or drop me a mail. Okay. Okay. Oh, I missed the comment section. Oh, okay. Still, if anyone is having any questions, so contact me later. So
Yes.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ayush.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, Shita. Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
everyone, for the thank you, everyone, for the opportunity. It's been a great feeling interacting with you guys. It made me remember my college days really, and it has been a long journey from that side of the screen to this side of the screen. So it's been a great experience, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can we end the stream?